Good morning. Many blessings to you all on this beautiful morning. I'm just going to talk briefly about what's going on out here collectively, what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from people I'm talking to, close friends, family, in lots of different areas. I seem to be having this repetitive conversation with people, and a lot of it is about being reactory, reactions to situations, and how someone is reacting to anything that's presenting in their life. Now, it's a really turbulent time out there at the moment for most. Energetically, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the C word, and I'm not going into that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about energetically. There's a lot going on. This has been a really, really full-on month with the Lion's Gate coming in on the 8th of the 8th. And that energy started to come through from the 25th of July. So there's been a lot going on energetically in the cosmos. Now, there was a new moon that's just come in on the 18th and 19th, and this was a big energy shift again that came in. Now, what I've seen, as I said, throughout this month, there seems to be a lot of people popping off at the moment. Anger seems to be an emotion that keeps presenting itself for a lot of people. Anger, frustration, agitation, all of these emotions, are all resurfacing, coming up. And people are struggling at some points to deal with these emotions as they're presenting themselves with their most loved ones also, which can be very challenging when we find ourselves at loggerheads with someone that we love and in a situation that is not very conducive for either one of you. So what I'm saying today is really look at where you're coming from in your own psyche, in your own life. We've got to stop looking at others and blaming them for how we feel, if we're feeling agitated, frustrated, angry. This is something that's presenting ourselves in our own being, not in their being. Yes, they may be the denominating force that's made us feel this way. But again, this is a tough one, and not everyone sort of is ready to understand this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Let's get this clear. Nobody in life can make you feel anything. That means not anything. Nobody in life can make you feel anything unless you decide to take that on board. That means you decide to take that energy on. Okay? This is how it works. We make a decision mentally, psychologically, to take on whatever situation is presenting itself to us. And what I say we take it on is how we choose to respond to any circumstance, situation that may be presenting itself. Now, as I said, the conversations I've been having of late, seems that there's a lot of frustration around at the moment, and agitation, conflict with people. Now, I see this in my own life as a blessing in many ways. Maybe not at the time when I'm actually going through conflict with another person. It doesn't feel nice, of course it doesn't, but what it does show me and what I understand about my life now is that anyone that comes onto my path who is displaying certain behavior patterns, i.e. if they're being aggy with me, dismissive, not really listening, I understand that that person is only a reflection of myself. I'm going to say that again. that person is only a reflection of myself. Now, what we've got to understand in life, in all of the situations that arise that are uncomfortable for us, we are the common denominator in that experience. We are there. We are part of that experience. So that means somewhere in our psyche, we've drawn that into us, like for like. We've attracted that into us. Even if it is shit, we have attracted that into us. Yeah? People only act as a reflection of what's going on internally for us. You know how it goes. Sometimes when you're feeling a bit pissed off, you might be out on the road, you know, and you're walking around and you've got a bit of a frown on, and you know, someone bumps into you, you're reactive. You know, this is the energy that you're carrying, and it's the same for others. So, you know, inwardly, we draw in everything into our lives. Now, this is a really hard pill for most to swallow, because they'll say, no, it's not. You know, they just came over to me and, you know, they were going at it. I didn't have no involvement. I was just there listening. No, actually, you have, because you are the person they came to. You drew that into your experience somehow, okay? As I said, it's a hard one for most to get their head around when you start to really look at everything in your life that's presenting to you, and having an awareness and an understanding that everything in your life that presents to you is part of you. Even the shitty bits, yeah, that people are regurgitating out to you, you know, that you may not like, is part of you, okay? Is part of what's going on up here for you. You've drawn this into your existence, and this is how it works. So my message today is to practice being non-reactive. Easier said than done when someone's in your face giving it, you know, we can all become very reactive. But the way we react to any situation is how we grow, is how we learn or unlearn, or just don't grow or don't learn. We always have a choice, okay? There is always a choice for how we react to anything presenting in our lives. As I said to you, the old energy is clearing out. The old energy is clearing out now, okay? So a lot of stuff will come up, be regurgitated within you. You know, anger, agitation, frustration. Now this will present itself in the form of many different manifestations. It could be friends, family, strangers, loved ones, you know, job loss, career, home, any situation that's presenting, that's causing you to feel uncomfortable within your life. You have drawn that in. And as I said, not many people are really willing to listen to that. They haven't got the understanding. But it's like for like. What we give out, we get back. So what you may be thinking today about someone, and it might not be a very nice thought you might be having about your neighbour or your friend or your family member, or, you know, someone you bumped into the street. But what you think inwardly today sows the seeds for your tomorrow. Okay? So when we're having those negative thoughts towards others, we're also having those negative thoughts towards ourselves. Because that person is only a representation of how we feel inner. And they are presenting it on the outer. So just remember that, guys. Just be mindful. Okay? This is a bit of a Pandora's box, this one, to go into. But I will go into this more. But the message for today is just stay centered, stay aligned, stay in your God self, and just surrender to the present moment. Every time something comes up for you that feels uncomfortable, that causes you any feelings of apprehension, surrender. You don't need to go into it. You know, you don't need to become over analytical about what's going on. Surrender, release, surrender and release it. Okay, ask for that forgiveness. Forgive thyself. Okay, if you need to. Don't be hard on yourself for these emotions that are presenting themselves. Okay, just stay in your alignment and always be aware of how you are responding. Lead by example, okay? We lead by example. I'll leave it on that note. God bless you all. Have the most amazing days. I'm just back from the woods and I'm going to go and do a workout now. Don't allow outside influences to wobble you. Be strong like the rock, unshakable, okay? And send them love. Send love, keep sending love. Stay in your love vibration. Namaste.